Hey, bookworms and battle-hardened name men. I've got my coffee, and today we're marching into The Heroes, the second standalone novel in Joe Abercrombie's gritty First Law universe. Released in 2011, this book stands out for Abercrombie's masterful character development and his raw, unflinching portrayal of war. While The Heroes maintains the high standard of storytelling we've come to expect, its pacing marks a distinct approach compared to previous entries in the series. Some readers might find that earlier parts of the book, a detailed depiction of the prelude of battle, less immediately gripping than the rapid fire action of other First Law books. This slower burn is deliberate, setting the stage for the chaos and complexity of the battle that unfolds over 3 days. That said, I can confidently say that this is my favorite book in the entire First Law series, and that's saying something. The Heroes challenges the conventions of heroic fantasy by presenting war in its true form, brutal, chaotic, and often devoid of glory. So if you're ready, let's march into the battlefield crafted by Abercrombie's skilled hands and discover what makes the Heroes a unique gem in modern fantasy literature. And if this is your first time here, I'm Todd, and welcome to Mysterious Galaxies, where I review and discuss science fiction, fantasy, and horror novels. The Heroes is centered around a 3-day battle between the Union and the Northmen for control of a strategic hilltop known as the Heroes. Named for its ancient stone monoliths, this hilltop is in the Valley of Osrong in the north, lying somewhere between the cities of Ufrith and Carleon. For those keeping track at home, the Heroes takes place 4 years after the events of Best Served Cold. The Union, the side most of the original trilogy's protagonists hail from, faces off against the North, a fierce group of warriors whose brutality and charisma are legendary. The story isn't just about the clashing of swords, though. It's about the clashing of ambitions, loyalties, and human frailty, where the outcome of the battle could echo throughout history. This book follows the perspectives of 6 main characters who navigate the shifting allegiances and moral ambiguity of war. On the northern side, we meet Kerndon Crawl, a veteran leader with unyielding principles who is respected by his men for his straightforward approach to battle and life. He epitomizes the old guard, a warrior who fights not for glory but because it's the job that needs doing. And then there's Prince Calder, a cunning schemer better suited for political maneuvering than the heat of combat. He seeks to rise in power through wit and manipulation, constantly walking the fine line between loyalty and betrayal. We actually meet Prince Calder for the first time in The Blade itself, and then again in Last Argument of Kings. So if you want some backstory on him, you gotta go back and revisit the original trilogy. Then we have Beck. He's a young warrior who embodies the naive hunger for heroism that soon turns bitter. His journey of seeking glory turns into a harsh lesson about the brutal and often senseless reality of war. On the Union side, we have Bremer Dangorst, and he stands out as a man of contradictions. Once the king's bodyguard, he is now relegated to the role of a battlefield observer. Despite his imposing strength and unparalleled fighting prowess, he is tormented by his own shortcomings and self-loathing. His internal monologues provide some of the most introspective and darkly humorous moments in the novel. Fenrir Dan Brock, meanwhile, is a shrewd and ambitious noblewoman who works behind the scenes, using her intelligence and determination to influence outcomes that will benefit her family. She is a powerful reminder that battles aren't won only on the front lines, but also through sharp minds and political savvy. Finally, we have Corporal Tunney, the veteran who serves as a breath of fresh air amid the blood and grime. Tunney is a master of survival, always finding a way to keep himself and his squad out of harm's way, using wit, charm, and a good dose of luck. His cynical yet humorous perspective offers moments of levity and showcases Abercrombie's trademark gallows humor, even in the darkest hours. When it comes to strengths, The Heroes showcases some of Abercrombie's finest character work to date. Each character is richly developed, embodying the complexity and contradictions of real human beings, especially in the crucible of war. Abercrombie's skill lies in making each perspective unique, and this is particularly evident in how he handles the 6 main characters. The prose itself is sharp and engaging, devoid of flowery language, but rich in vivid, gritty detail. Abercrombie's writing brings readers straight into the muck of battle, with visceral depictions that make the clashing of swords, the screams, and the quiet moments of dread all feel palpable. The battle scenes are not just chaotic clashes, but strategically woven sequences that highlight the strengths, weaknesses, and motivations of each character involved. Abercrombie excels in showing that war is not just fought for land or power, but for pride, survival, and sometimes even spite. On the flip side, the book's focus on the 3-day battle means that the plot is tightly contained, and that may feel limiting for readers who prefer a sweeping epic with broader world building. The fantasy elements are already subtle in the First Law universe, and they're virtually non-existent in this installment. While characters like Baez, they do make appearances, his presence serves more as a nod to past stories than as a source of magic or fantastical spectacle. This could be a downside for those who expect magical battles or grand fantastical set pieces. However, the intense focus on character interaction, strategies, and the raw reality of war more than compensates for the lack of overt magic. And although I didn't mind it, I could also see some complaints about the first half of the book, where there are large stretches of what essentially amounts to sitting around the campfire preparing for war. The extensive pre-battle scenes, rich in character reflection and strategic planning, while crucial for setting the emotional and tactical stakes, might be perceived as slow, especially compared to the kinetic energy of the battle scenes that dominate the latter half of the book. Despite these aspects, which might be viewed as shortcomings by some, the novel's deep character insights and the raw, unfiltered portrayal of battle make the heroes a compelling and thought-provoking read. Abercrombie challenges traditional notions of heroism and delves into the darker aspects of human nature, crafting a narrative that resonates with authenticity and emotional depth. The Heroes is essential reading for those who appreciate character-driven narratives that delve deeper into themes, of war, honor, and ambition. Abercrombie's mastery in developing complex, multifaceted characters is on full display here, making this novel a standout in modern fantasy literature. And here's why this book demands a spot on your reading list, similar to mine. Abercrombie's characters are not merely players in a story. They're real, breathing entities with ambitions, fears, and contradictions. Each character's journey in The Hero provides a unique lens through which the chaos and morality of war are examined. From Bremer Dangor's internal struggle between his desire for violence and his sense of inadequacy to Prince Calder's cunning political maneuvers, the characters' paths offer a rich exploration of personal and political conflicts. This depth makes the novel far more than just a series of battle scenes. It's a study of humanity at its most raw and desperate. Abercrombie's depiction of war eschews glorification and romantic notions, presenting it instead as brutal, chaotic, and often senseless. This unvarnished portrayal is not only more realistic, but also more impactful, forcing readers to confront the true nature of conflict and the human costs associated with it. The battle scenes, described with gripping intensity, serve not only to entertain, but to challenge our perceptions of what it means to be a hero in such a merciless environment. The novel's structure, focusing on a 3-day battle, creates a relentless pace that captures the urgency and frenzy of war. This tight time frame, combined with the shifting perspectives of the characters, allows for a dynamic narrative that maintains tension and engagement throughout. Abercrombie's skillful pacing ensures that each character's story is giving enough space to breathe and enriching the overall tapestry of the novel. The Hero excels in weaving intricate political and moral questions into its narrative. The political games played by characters like Calder showcase Abercrombie's keen insight into power dynamics and leadership. Moreover, the moral dilemmas faced by individuals on both sides of the conflict add layers of complexity to the story, challenging readers to reconsider simple dichotomies of good versus evil. Abercrombie's prose is both sharp and evocative, with dialogue that crackles with life. This cinematic quality makes the scenes leap off the page, and they offer a visceral reading experience that can rival watching a high-stakes war film. The dialogues, laced with Abercrombie's signature wit and dark humor, add a rich layer of entertainment while also revealing deeper truths about each character. The Heroes is not just a novel for fans of the fantasy genre, it's for anyone interested in deeper exploration of the cost of war and the nature of heroism. It challenges readers to look beyond the surface of battle and glory, offering instead a profound commentary on the human condition. For fans of Abercrombie's work, The Heroes offers all the trademark qualities that makes his writing special. Complex characters, gritty realism, and a dark sense of humor. It also serves as a perfect example of how a focused narrative can provide deep insights into broader universal themes. While it may not have the broad sweeping epic scope of some of the other entries in the series, The Heroes excels at what it sets out to do. Tell a compelling story of a single battle that reflects the complexities of human nature and the harsh realities of war. It's a must-read for those who appreciate a story that does not shy away from the darker sides of life, and it offers a realistic, if not always pleasant, reflection on what it means to be a hero. In the end, whether you're a longtime fan of the First Law universe or a newcomer to Abercrombie's work, The Heroes is an essential read that provides valuable insights into the art of storytelling and the depth of which fantasy can explore human conditions. If you haven't ventured into Abercrombie standalones yet, starting with The Heroes will not only change how you view fantasy, but also how you perceive the often glorified notion of battle and bravery. So what did you think of The Heroes? Did you hate the slower, more introspective sections of the book? What did you think of the battles? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. If you like this review, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more. As always, keep reading, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.